morning. It is Monday the 22nd of January and we're up early because we're on our way to London for an 8 AM drop off. Now I know my cousin Clara, who is very much like my little sister, doesn't watch these videos. Why would she? Got nothing to do with what I do. I must say happy birthday. So happy birthday, Clara. Anyway, we're on our way to London. All the snow and ice is now gone, and we've now got a severe weather warning for wind. And I think it's up to 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts. I think even stronger winds in other places, probably high routes and up in Scotland and whatnot. And I've got to say, we're just about to join the M62 Liverpool bound, so westbound. Came out of the house this morning. I didn't really feel any wind or hear any wind from where I was. But as soon as we got closer to the motorway, you could feel it a little bit on the van. But because we were going westbound and the wind is blowing west, it was a bit of a headwind. But it's not too bad. It doesn't seem too bad at the moment. But we've obviously got a long way to go. And if you watched my video from last week, I talked very much about the multi-drop in December and how we did in December. December was okay, to be honest, but I did have a bit of an extended break because of my birthday. We're back on it though last week, and it was a decent week, to be fair. I hit my minimum for the week, which I'm okay with. Again, it is January, you do expect it to be quiet. Did do a few jobs for a few people that I work for regularly, and I have got a new contact now that I did a couple of jobs for last week, and they went okay, to be honest. But again, like I've said to you guys many times before, the more options you've got, the better it is. And you know, having done this now for a few years, I've got to say a lot of the work that I do is off people that I know or I've got to know, and companies that rely on me to do the work. Just like this job today, which is taking me down to London with 2 drops. Second drop's also a collection back up to Stockport, so that gets me up towards home. So this is a very good job for me today, and it sets me up well for the week. It boosts the funds for the month because obviously, you know, I didn't start till last week. So yeah, this is a good start to the week. And then tomorrow, I'm also going down to London. I've got a collection taking me down to London. Not quite sure yet what time the collection's due to be because they've not confirmed the times with me. But I do know I'll be going down to, I think it's Swindon I'm going down to tomorrow. So that again is, you know, it's going to be good money for the day, and it gives me a really good start to the week, boost the funds for the month. That's going to put me down though. I reckon the collection, the earliest it's going to be is 7, half 7. So it's going to put me down in London area after lunch. And tomorrow potentially maybe a stop out, because if I can't get anything back, then we'll look at getting whatever we can, whether it be halfway home or sideways. So tomorrow there's a good chance of stopping out, and I will not be tramping, I will not be sleeping in the van. Number one, because even though it is a bit warm, it's 9 degrees at the moment, whereas last week I got down to -16 in the van, which we all know won't be correct, but it was a lot colder last week. But it's not for me tramping. But we'll see how we go. The plan would still be to try and get home, but we've got to be realistic. If I'm getting down there for after lunch, it's going to be very difficult to get back home, and I really don't want to do all that travelling and come back empty. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is Monday. We're going to do a week in the life of. Hopefully I keep up with the videos. You'll know if I do, because if I have kept up with the videos, then this will be published and you'll be watching it. If I don't, you'll never get to see it. But we'll see how we get on. Should be a straightforward day today. Nearly 3:45 now. About a good 4 hours to go yet. But the roads are clear. Everything's right. Got my packed lunch and my Lucozade. And we're ready to go. Well, just one more thing. I do DJ at the weekend, as you probably know. Got 80 CDs with me. So we're doing an 80s event on Saturday. And just thought I'd listen to some 80s music. Why not? Anyway, on to Tuesday. Hello and welcome to Tuesday. It is Tuesday the 23rd of January and we are on our way to London again, second day in a row, to drop off some gear. So yesterday went really nice and smoothly. I obviously had set off at about 3:20 in the morning. I had a drop off at 8 o'clock and it was just off the motorway, so it was a dead easy one to do, and the guys were on site, so that was really good. Got unloaded and on my way quickly. I then was a 40-minute drive away and I only went a few miles because it's London. Around the 25 to go and do the second drop, which again wasn't that far off the motorway, to be fair. It was a drop and collection, so we dropped off what I needed to drop off, collected. Guys there again were brilliant, I've got to say. They basically helped me unload and load up pretty quickly. And then we set off back up to the northwest to drop off what we'd collected from the second site. And as per usual, the guys were there to help me unload, and then I got home. So a really good day yesterday, even though it was London, and you know what London can be like. It can be a little bit, last time I went actually, I had 2 drops and a pickup like this one, but it was right across the centre of London. It took me ages to get there, and then to get to the second drop-off stroke pickup was just awful. Literally right across London. It weren't pleasant. But yesterday was. It was a nice, easy drop off and collection, and we got out of there quite quickly. And I've got to say, we forecast strong winds yesterday. I didn't really feel it that much. There's a little bit on the M62 when I set off in the morning. Didn't feel a lot on the way down. I actually felt more wind coming back up. But all in all, it was a good day. Today I am dropping off some gear. It's I usually pick up the day before and drop off the following day. I'm quite glad I've not done that actually this time, because obviously I was up early yesterday and it meant I could get home and get some rest. And obviously in this game it's important to get your rest between driving. It was a 12-hour day yesterday. And it's not nice more than anything. It's number one, it can be dangerous, but number two, it's not pleasant when you're really tired and you're driving. It's not a pleasant feeling. So I'm happy to be happy that we picked up this morning and we're going down today. Managed to drop the wife off at work first and then go and collect it. We weren't a scheduled time as such. And we're on our way to London now, and we're not due to get there until about 1:30, 1:45-ish. We have had something to eat and a coffee, so we're going to go straight through now. We've still got a couple of hours to go. We're halfway in. And with this job, because it is going, because of the time it's going, I am prepared to stay over tonight. I don't want to, ideally, obviously it's expense, but yesterday's job and this job have paid particularly well, so there's money within the job to get a hotel if I need to. So the plan of action, get down there, get this dropped, and then we're going to see what's available. If we can get something back to the northwest, fantastic. If we can only get something halfway, I'm fine with that. We can do that and then stop over. You never know, might get something halfway, then halfway back again. We'll see. If I need to go sideways or somewhere different, I'm open to doing that as well. Just different options today. I've got my stuff, my overnight stuff, just in case, because obviously, you know, experience tells me that I'm going to struggle getting out of London at the time I'm going to be there, I think. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep updated as it was. I've got to say, this week, I mean, I only started back last week, and I had a decent week last week. We hit our minimum, and we were kept busy. And this week, this job's been booked in since Friday. The one yesterday was booked in Saturday. And it's with contacts that I've got. Now, I've obviously been doing this for a couple of years now, and I still predominantly work on the CX. But I've got a few different options now, which I've always said it's really, really important to have options. And you learn that the more and more you go ahead. The more contacts you've got, the better. So, job yesterday, doing it for a small shipper, a friend of mine. This one today, I'm doing it for a contact that I got to know off someone who throws work my way when he's got it available. I've then got a shipper that I do a lot of work for. Probably the majority of work I do for him, actually. I've also got my own customer. I've not done any work for them for a long time, but that's just an odd one every now and again. I'm not too worried about that, to be fair. And I've also got this new option, which is a company that I've got an option of doing jobs for, and with them I can let them know where I am, and if they've got anything they'll give me a ring. So that's another new option. So there's like 4 options that I've got now, which is all good. It all helps, and it puts me, or it makes me feel actually quite upbeat about 2024. It's the first month. We've only been working 5, 6, 7 days. This is my 7th day. We're working in January. It's the 23rd of January. This week in particular is already a really good week. I've already beat my basic minimum by just doing a couple of distance jobs. So yeah, upbeat. I'll let you know how we get on today, and then we're on to Wednesday, obviously tomorrow. You'll see me soon. Hello everybody, and welcome to Wednesday, the 24th of January. We stayed over last night. We couldn't get anything out of London, and I knew it. I preempted it at the time I was getting there. I knew I would struggle. There was a couple of bits of jobs that actually came up. There was one going to where was it going? Warrington, and that it came on, and I was like an hour and 15 minutes away from it, so I would have missed the pickup time. But I put it on the notes so they knew basically that I wouldn't quite make the time, because sometimes they can be flexible. Anyway, that was on there for ages, and it didn't go off. I know they reposted it. So obviously the issue was probably my bid. They wanted it cheaper, and that's the issue with London. Everything has to come out of there cheap for some reason. But not to worry, didn't get that. And then there was another one going up to Manchester actually, and I bidded on that, didn't get that. And as I was coming out of London, because I made a decision, I didn't want to stay in London at all. There was no point. Excuse me. It would have been really difficult to get out there even the next day. So I headed up towards Oxford, where I got a travel lunch. There was a job come up just as I'm coming out of London, actually. That was going to Skelmersdale, I think, somewhere that way. Apologies about the light, by the way. I've just noticed the sun's shining through. But yeah, no, I didn't get that either. So we stayed over near Oxford last night, and while I was on the way up, well, I stopped at the services to book a hotel, find somewhere to stop, and a message came through from one of the guys that I know about a job today from Wellingborough, which isn't near Oxford. It is a bit of a drive, and at first I said it might be a bit too far, because when I had a look on the map, it was like an hour and 40 minutes away, an hour and 40, an hour and 50 minutes away, something like that. I said it might be a bit too far for me, but I drove half an hour to get to my hotel, and had another look at it, and it was showing just over an hour and 10 minutes. So I gave him a ring and said, I'll do that job for you, and it was going up to Stockport from Wellingborough. So yeah, there was a bit of flex on the time pickup. It just has to be in Stockport for 1 o'clock. So we got ourselves sorted this morning, worked out how long it'd take me to get there, and added on a bit of time because I knew it'd be busy with traffic this morning. And we had a look at how long it did take from Wellingborough to Stockport, added a bit of time on for traffic, and we've picked up now and we're on our way, and we're going to get to Stockport at about probably just before 12 o'clock. It'll just give us a bit of time. If I need to stop for any reason, or if there's heavy traffic, it gives me a bit of time to get there. So that's where we're up to today. That then takes me obviously back to the northwest, and I've not quite decided yet what I'm going to do. This is my third job of this week, and I am on really good money, and it's probably going to be my best week ever, actually. It's got the potential to be. Just depends on how much more I want to put into this week. And being January, you know, I've said this today, the guys that have given me this work have saved my bacon a little bit for this month, because I did start late this month, but this week has obviously been a cracking week. A lot of miles driven, a lot of fuel spent, but very profitable jobs, which is all good. It's all good. And even better than that, we've had quite a few payments coming already this month. So yeah, a couple of my shippers that I do a few jobs for regularly have already paid me. So they're quite chunky amounts that have been paid, which is good because I've got my VAT to pay next month. So it just puts it just helps, doesn't it? It just makes you not have to flap and worry about the money coming in. And I would never have worried from the money coming in from these guys anyway, but there you go. On the back of that, I have got one invoice I need to chase and have a look at, and it's a bit of an unusual one really, because I tend to find when you have invoices that need chasing, they're usually postal ones. More or less can guarantee they're always postal ones. And I just think sometimes maybe they don't, you know, if they just don't quite get in before the end of the month because of the postal system, I don't know. But this one isn't. This is an unusual one in respect of, it's not even one that needed emailing. It's one that they authorise on the CX, which is unusual. So I had a look at the company, and I have noticed they've got quite a few late payments on, so they've had some bad feedback. And the annoying thing is all they need to do is go onto the CX and schedule the payment and get it paid, but they haven't. So getting in touch with them is a bit more difficult because I'm going to have to email them direct, and it's a CX email, so I'm not quite sure how this one's going to pan out. I think it's about 68 quid I remember the job actually. It was a job that took me up close to home. A sign for a pub in Littleborough, restaurant I think. So we'll see where we go with that. But anyway, so yes, we're on our way back up to Stockport. That is the plan for today. We're going to get there for lunchtime, and then we have got options, as in we can stay out, do a couple of local jobs, or we can go home. Bearing in mind that I've literally been on the road, well, it feels like constantly since Monday. Set off at 3:20 on Monday morning. Got back home about 3 o'clock, so that was a 12-hour day. I did have a few hours obviously chilling at home, but it was an early night in bed because obviously I've been up early. And then yesterday dropped my wife at work at 6:30 and went and picked up, went and loaded in Chorley, and then we took that stuff down to London. So that was a long day. And then getting out of London and getting to the hotel, didn't get to the hotel till gone 6 o'clock, so that was a long day. Got some kit, and then obviously this morning up and at 'em again to get this job done in time. So bearing in mind where we're at this week, we may go home. Having said that, if I'm in Stockport dropping off and there's a little cheeky job comes up which is local and I'm very very close to it, the temptation will definitely be to do that job, which is what you need to probably do, because obviously you don't know when you're going to have good weeks and bad weeks, do you? But yes, January's turning out okay. Fantastic. Anyway, that's it. Not too sure what the plans are for tomorrow yet. We'll see if anything turns up. Speak to you again tomorrow. Welcome to Thursday. In a week in the life of courier driver. So we got that job completed yesterday from Wellingborough. We got up to Stockport for just before 12 o'clock. So it was timed really well. It had to be there before 1. So I'd give myself a little bit of leeway in case there were any traffic or any issues with collection. But there were no problems. The collection was dead straightforward and dead easy. And the traffic was fine, to be fair. So we had no problem whatsoever. So we completed that collection and pickup, and on the way up I got a phone call from a regular shipper to see, well, they knew I'd already spoke to him in the morning anyway, he was just wondering how I'd gone on from the day before, really, if I stayed or if I came back. And he said, I've got a small job from Chadderton over to St Helens if you fancy it. Pick up before 1 o'clock. At this time I knew I'd be there well in time in Stockport, and Chadderton's not so far from Stockport. It's literally 15 minutes up the motorway. My drop-off point was it's quite fairly close to the motorway junction, and the pickup's quite close to the junction as well, so it made it dead easy. But yeah, not a problem, I can do that. I'll be there plenty of time. And I think we got there for about 25 to 1, so good timings for both jobs. And then we went and did that job up to St Helens, and we just came home. I was home for 3 o'clock, maybe a bit earlier. So all in all, it was a good day. We were at home last night, obviously, which was nice. I've got to say though, I think I'm getting a bit of an old man, because I nodded off on the couch a couple of times. I used to go mad at my dad for doing it. My dad used to be one of these people that was up early every morning and expected everyone else to be up early every morning. And but the thing is, he'd just sleep with you like a cat. He'd have loads of cat naps during the day. I think I'm turning into him. But anywho, so we slept in our own bed last night, and I've got to say, I got up this morning to take my wife to work at 6:30, and my head was absolutely pounding. I had a really bad headache. I've still got a bit of a headache now, to be honest. So I went back to bed. I don't mind telling you. A couple of tablets, back to bed. Got up about 10 past 9. Feeling a bit woozy. Like I said, still got a bit of a headache now, but what can you do? Weren't too worried about what I'm going to do today. I might have even took the day off today. So when I had a bed this morning, I weren't too sure we were going to go. But we put the feed on, and I was keeping an eye on it, but I weren't expecting to do anything spectacular. But we've ended up doing a job for a shipper that I work for, and it was pick up from Duckinville and going up to Carlisle, and that is where we are on our way to now. Probably about 45 minutes away from drop off. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. So this week has been pretty decent, to be honest. In fact, I think it's going to be my best ever week, which is one of the reasons for coming out today. And listen, I'm going to an area where I know I'm probably not going to get any work back, but I just thought it'd be a few more coppers in. Bearing in mind I started January late because of my birthday. I'm not working on Monday, so two things. Number one, we're getting the windscreen done, which have been quoted £180 for. Auto glass was quoted £834. So you do the math, which do you think I'm going to go for? That's 180 plus that, by the way. And then Monday evening, well, afternoon, evening, I'm covering the other DJ at the pub that I work, because unfortunately he's had to go to a funeral of his uncle in Blackpool. So I'm doing the bingo call in at 2 o'clock, and then we'll be playing some music later on. So that's I'm earning my money. I could work on the CX and not earn that money, so that's what we're doing on Monday. And to finish off this week, we're doing a job tomorrow as well for James Freddie Fletcher. So up to now this week, unless I get anything back from Carlisle, I have not picked up one job on the CX. Everything's gone through the CX, but I've not actually took a job off the CX, which goes back to what I'm sure I said earlier in the week, which is contacts are massively important. And after doing this now for a couple of years, or over a few years, I've built up a few contacts and it's paying dividend. I've got 4 people that do work for, and I've done at least one job for every single one of them this week. So all in all, very good week. And considering it's January, I'm very happy. And I'm very optimistic about the year, I have to say. Anyway, this is what I'm up to on Thursday. Like I said, we're on our way to Carlisle. I'll let you know tomorrow if I get anything back. But other than that, speak to you Friday. Well, hi. It's Sunday, and we didn't record on Friday. Just didn't get a chance, or maybe I forgot. But we only did the one job on Friday, and that was a collection and a drop-off in Stockport, which got done and dusted. Pretty straightforward, no real main issues, no problems. So it's been a good week. I've had a really good week, and we've took some good money. And you know what? Only the second week back in January, it was important to boost the funds, as it were, and we did. And you know, I think I've been looking back at some of the videos that I've done for this week, and I think I've said most of the things. The main thing this week is that it's been all work off shippers or people that I know, so no CX work this week. But you know what? That's fine. Absolutely fine. In fact, it's probably been better. So onward and upward. We're not working on Monday. Hopefully the windscreen is getting fixed on Monday. We've got a quote in for that. They should be coming to get it done, fitted at home. And I'm DJing on Monday afternoon, evening. So we'll be back to it on Tuesday. I hope you've enjoyed the week in the life. Just like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone.